Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900. So if you live in America, I don't know what it's like in the rest of the world, but if you live in America, you know that every town has a song like the one I just sang for you. It is the local lawyer, accident lawyer jingle from television. And everybody in town knows it. I made a joke to somebody the other night that I heard their guest whistling it. And they knew exactly the song I was talking about. And anyone who's a marketer would tell you that's bad marketing, bad advertising. It doesn't conform with the general principles of advertising and marketing. It's terrible, right? They spend about $1.07 on production. They crank out tons and tons and tons of spots. They have billboards where it essentially just has that phone number and really no message. I don't know if they're good attorneys or bad attorneys. It looks like they let their nephew produce them with a blindfold on. Nothing really looks polished or sharp. However, they have escalated their awareness from, if you think about what the rest of the law community is, under 10% is probably average for a law firm or a lawyer, or especially in the highly competitive world of personal injury. And they've converted their awareness into this ridiculously high awareness. So what do they know that the other lawyers don't know? Well, they buy tons and tons and tons of impressions. They're on all the time. They're on during the day. They're on during late fringe. They're on shoulders of prime. They're on locally on NFL. They're on as much as they can be on. And they figure out ways to get that song in your ears as often as they can. And they're doing it through as much mass reach as they can. Now, on the other side of that, around the corner from my house, there's a restaurant that we went to. We actually found it by accident because we parked there and were looking for something on our phones and just looked up and there it was, a sandwich shop. We went in once because of that weird parking situation. We did not know it was there. We ate there. It was pretty good. Pretty good. We left and my wife said, "Oh, we should come back." Okay. By the time we thought about going back to it, it was closed. We had never seen another ad, never received direct mail, never heard radio ad, never got anything on our phones or digitally. I don't know if maybe my wife was served a Facebook ad, but she never mentioned it to me if she was. So that store opened and closed without ever messaging. I don't think that's a coincidence that I can sing to you the Lerner and Rowe theme song when I've never called a accident lawyer, but I can't even remember the name of the sandwich shop that I ate at. Think about that. So when we think about media, we think about marketing, so much of the time we talk about personalization and targeting and all that stuff's really important. But first, what's more important, and I suspect Lerner and Rowe have started to get into this place, and most accident attorneys are kind of stuck here, you have to have this broad awareness so people can even know you exist before they start considering you or ruling you out. You cannot be considered if you're not known, period, the end. When Byron Sharp in How Brands Grow wrote about broad reach with your message, I think that is most applicable to media. I don't take everything in How Brands Grow as gospel, but I do apply the theories to media. You have to get the message in front of as many people as you can. And strangely, accident lawyers have figured out that by being on television, because they can't predict when someone will have an accident or have a claim, that by having top of mind awareness, they're going to pay for the TV and they're going to pay for the impressions to get that, because they can't pinpoint when you're going to need to call them. And they can't pinpoint who is a psychographic of somebody that might need them. So, hey, let's just reach as many as we can in the area that we service, and we will do it. Now, the sandwich shop came and went. Oddly, same customer base. Geographically, people who eat is pretty much just as common as people who might have an accident in the same geography. Wouldn't you think? And yet, as part of a chain, they must have some marketing budget. They didn't do anything. They had no awareness, and they opened and closed in a 90-day span, I guess I would say. So when you're launching a new brand, or whether you're trying to deliver on an existing brand and turn things around, or whether you're just trying to bring in new energy into a brand or a business that doesn't have to be a brand, but it needs awareness, you have to get the message out there. And you can't save your way into brand awareness. I wish you could. What you could do is produce low quality, low investment creative like law firms tend to do. The talking head in front of a background, just like this. What did I pay for this setup? I think $0, roughly. Good deal. But I'm not paying for any media. Lerner and Rowe would take something just this quality and do it. Could a sandwich shop do that? You bet. Of course they could. They could do testimonials. They could do interviews with their customers. They could shoot their own food. I wouldn't do that. They could use maybe food from the library of food that the master franchisor has for them. Put every penny into the impressions, into the media. Get the eyeballs you need to get the attention you need to buy when you're a startup brand or something that's low interest, like an accident lawyer. You have to pay for that because nobody's just looking for that hasn't had an accident or isn't hungry at that moment. You have to pay for that attention. And it's expensive. But it's worth it when they do slip and fall and they reach for their phone and the only number they can friggin' remember is the one they can sing. And it is worth it when they're hungry and they go, oh, let's go to that place because I just saw this message from them. Or they probably won't even remember why they want to go there. But it's lodged in their brain. So when you're sitting there and thinking about your brand, you're thinking about your company, it doesn't have to be a brand. They're two different things. But companies need customers. When you're thinking about getting customers into your business, don't be so quick to laugh at discount lawyers. No, they're not going to win any awards. You're not going to see them at Cannes. They're not going to win a one-show pencil. But they are earning the attention. They are moving up in awareness. And when I need a lawyer, I might call them because they're the only number I can remember.